سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل التفرق بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تدع فينا شقيا ولا محروما اللهم آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to Him, and peace and blessings be upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His messenger. Today, session number 57. Right? So, this is our guarantor, inshallah. In case if I made a mistake, he will correct, inshallah. Okay? 57. Still, we are dealing with verse 153. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. We spent one or two sessions, I forgot, just to talk about patience, sabr. And we talked about types of patience, if you remember, just to keep you on the track. Al-sabrun ala al-ta'a. Do you remember? وَصَبْرٌ عن المعصية وصبر على قضاء الله فلا تتسخط النفس من قضاء الله. This is most of what we highlighted last time, which means you need to be patient to do the commandments that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you. You need patience, to pray the Fajr, to lower your gaze, to respect your parents, and to be patient. For example, if you don't have the wished result from your point of view, okay, the haram is very easy sometimes. You can make a theft easily, you can do whatever haram things. So you need to do sabr, to control yourself, not to do the ta'ah, okay, to do the commandments, to do the khair, and sabrun ala al-ma'siyah, to control yourself, not to commit the sin. You need patience. And it could be sometimes much more difficult, especially in this time, and especially for the youth. Wallahi, may Allah be with you. Wallahi, I remember, I'm 55 now. I remember myself when I was a young kid, those who were older, when they used to speak, in the streets, all the time we are playing in the streets, all of us. Of course, we did not have this kind of, playing guards or football in the street, everything in the streets. 40 or 45 years ago, when someone was thinking to see a haram, to bring a video or something, we used to listen for other in the streets. They used to plan for a month to have a video or to go somewhere or to plan because no one at home. Ya Allah, just to see a video contains a film, contains some kind of bad scenes. Now, without asking, without even thinking, just by holding your mobile, your cell phone, all kind of filthy, dirty porno on earth could be opened without even you knowing that this will open your mind. I mean, the comparison between how haram was difficult, by the way, I'm not saying people at that time, we did not have bad people. I'm not saying they were, no, but even if the person wanted to do haram, it was not easy. So the fact that easiness did not exist, many people did not do the haram, which is in itself, by the way, a good thing, by the way. Now, because easiness and difficulty in itself, it's a factor, it's a tool, it helps. Now, you don't think, you just are browsing. While you are browsing, all haram things in your face. Sometimes not everyone is Sahabi, and not everyone is Abu Bakr and Umar Khattab. And sometimes it's very tricky. Sometimes just out of curiosity, I want just to see what they are doing. Khalas, in the trap, you are lost. Does this happen with all of us or no? I'm just saying that because our point is patience. Sabrun anil ma'asiyah. Sin. So Allah, may Allah be with you. It's not easy. Not easy at all. And the last one, sabrun ala qada'illah, and we made many examples last time. Now today, we will connect this with the second. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Now, I don't know, have I highlighted why sabr was before the salah? Have I highlighted this last time?
No.
You said no. Okay, right. Let's see now. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Now, to the best of my understanding. By the way, sabr is a tool. Salah is a tool as well. Be careful. Let's fix this possible misconception. Prayer in itself, it's not a goal or an aim. Prayer is what? A tool, a way, a tool that helps you to do something. Salah in itself, it helps you to be connected with Allah. So it's a tool. Now, this tool is used sometimes, in a limited times, 5 times as a compulsory act of worship. But not all the time you are in a prayer. But if we took the wide range of the 3 parts of sabr, please, look now. We have sabrun ala ta'a, general big obedience on any type of commandments, plus anil ma'siyah, any type of sin, you need patience. Any type of obedience, you need patience. Any type of rida, being satisfied and accepting the qada, what Allah has ordained. The types of sabr, they cover every single minute of your life. While the prayer covers simple parts of your life. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Wallahu a'lam, He started with the highly needed tool before the less needed tool, even though both of them are tools. You know why? Because you need patience for number 1 and number 2. Now, if we want just to break down in details, Qada'ullah, whatever Allah has commanded to happen in your life, plus the possible sins that you might commit or come in your face, and the things that you have to do all together, do they cover every single minute of your life or not? Because at any moment, something could happen, part of Qada'ullah in your face. You need what? Patience. Yes, you need sabr. At any moment, someone might do something and there's a hukum shari'i regarding it. You came home, your younger brother has played with your personal stuff and he made a mess with your room. Be careful. Shh, speak with him. Now you are like, you are your elder brother. You are about to speak. I noticed something, okay? You are about to say something, your mother came. She thought that you have done something bad to your brother. And she started sending, nuclear rockets against you. So you need patience now. You need to defend yourself. Shh. Patience. Okay? They told you, hey, in a few minutes, the football match will start. But at the same time, I have very limited time to pray the Maghrib. Your heart is connected to the World Cup, but the Maghrib is about to be missed. You need sabr. You went outside, you want to walk, you see a very, for example, very attractive, beautiful girl. I mean, you thought, astaghfirullah al-azim. It's sabr. Just sabr. You open something, you are laughing with something, stand-up comedian, listen to him. How many times you want to see, for example, Trevor Noah doing something else. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Sabr in this or that, all the time you need. Now, let's come, this is, Wallahu a'lam, to the best of my understanding, why sabr, from my readings as well, why the ibadah, the act of worship, which is sabr, patience, is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started with it before the, what? The salah. Both of them, they are an act of worship. Well, one of the amazing ayat about sabr, at the end of chapter Al-Imran, the last ayah in Al-Imran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. I think what I need, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا. Okay, اصبروا, we understand it. What's the meaning of صابروا? Look now. Some of the mufassirin. Now, sabr, to be patient. Musabara, to be patient more than your enemy. Because your enemy has sabr as well. To get rid of you. They want to demolish you. So don't ever accept yourself to be less patient than your opponent. يا الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا. That's why Antara, you know Antara? Antara, he was from the time of the Jahiliyyah. One of the greatest, warriors, knights, cavalers at the time of the Jahiliyyah. He was a slave, by the way. But he was an amazing, horrible fighter. And he has a lot of, poems, he said. So he was very, very brave fighter. So sometimes they ask him, Antara, how do you manage always to win all of your fights and battles? The one who asked him, he said, look, hey, take my finger, give me your finger, I will bite your finger and bite my finger. He did not answer him. He said, give me your finger, I will bite and you bite. So I went like this. The other one, he said, he started, feeling pain. He said, I was really feeling pain like you. But I was much more patient than you. By the way, we need this. You need this. You need this to control yourself. I remember myself, one of the greatest challenges in my life, according to me, when I started practicing Islam, after I was somehow far from Allah, and I was in grade 10, about 38 years ago or 40 years, I forgot, attending the Fajr on time at the masjid. It was one of the most difficult things in my life at that time. It took from me weeks and months to let it be what? Style of life. A system by default to reorganize my life according to the Fajr prayer. It's not easy to change your style of life. I remember, especially, most of us, especially in the winter, it's not normal. Now, I think none of us, but when we wake up at the morning, we have hot water. True or false?
Right.
I think none of us, but we have it. 40 years ago, I think maybe 1 out of every 100 used to have this kind of, luxurious life. Hot water at the early morning, just in your dreams. Wallahi, in many countries, just in your dreams. So it's not just to get out of your bed, just to go to struggle with the cold water as well. It's not easy. But what about if you need to have ghusl? No problem now. You have what? Hot water and hot house as well. Generally, houses, they were very cold. By the way, part of our culture, mainly in Bilad al-Sham, most of the people, they use the source of heat just where they sit. They do not have central heating. So everywhere else is cold. So when you want to get up out of bed, wallahi, billahi, tallahi, you are fighting. Seriously. Anyway, but just to fix the importance, really, to keep remembering. Do you know the definition of sabr? حبس النفس. Who remembers the definition? حبس النفس وإجبارها على ما تكره. You see, to control, to restrict yourself against what the self loves. Because your inner self goes like children with the easy. Okay? As a child, you would love just to play. As a child, you would love just to sleep. As a child, you would love to be free in everything. As a well-civilized, practicing human beings, you can't do anything at any time. You have submitted yourself to the will of your Lord. The will of your Lord tells you, do, don't. Yes, no, good, bad, permissible, not permissible. All of these things are what? Restrictions. That's why حبس النفس وحملها على ما تكره. You want to control yourself. That's what we need, the sabr. It's a tool, by the way, and if you remember, last time I highlighted and I finished this, I'm just bringing you, just to put you on the track. قال إنما العلم بالتعلم وإنما الحلم بالتحلم. Do you remember that hadith? I think I finished last time with it. Which means, if you want to do something, simply you push yourself and train. One of the best examples, and please, guys, youth, fix this in your mind. See sports, people of sports, celebrities. World championship in whatever. He used to be just a normal person. How did he reach that? Practice. What type of practice? Wallahi, I heard about some people of the bodybuilding, I read, that they used to practice from 6 to 16 hours a day for years. 12 hours weightlifting and bodybuilding a day. Can you imagine that? I'm not discussing this halal or haram, it's a waste of time. I'm not discussing this. I'm discussing what kind of patience he used to have to control himself against many pleasures outside, just to have his biceps or triceps or six packs, just for whatever. For example, to be number one in his country or whatever. How many thousands of hours?
16.
Amazing. I mean, when you combine them, they are thousands. Thousands. How many times he was wishing to eat very nice food like safiha or kunafa or mansa or kushari. All of them, it's prohibited for him. Not by Islam. Prohibited for him according to his dietary system to control his six packs. No carbs. Sweets. Just knafa. No sweets, no carbs, no sugar. But do they do it or not? Look to women when they start to do sports and they're right. So they start, for example, running. Very slim. But do you think she's slim by just simply because she's just running? She's controlling her what? Food system. Food system. We have this kind of amazing desire. I mean, you know, sometimes, the lust, the love for food. I mean, you know it. I mean, is there anyone who does not know how much we suffer really when we love something and we smell? MashaAllah. We can ask Brother Abu Umar, by the way. Wallahi, if anyone, by the way, just it's pause. Brother Abu Umar, he managed to lose 73 kilograms. Brother Abu Umar, 73 kilograms in 1 year? 1 year. You just ask him about the struggle and the fight that he did. And he managed it, by the way, without any kind of surgery or medical chemicals. Just he changed his style of food by his own discovery, without speaking with anyone, his own one. 73 kilograms, which means تقريبا someone like me. He lost someone like me. But I mean, nothing comes without patience. My point, when someone will bring this patience, you ask him how. Willpower, goal, practice. That's it. I'm not discussing religion now. I'm discussing anything else. Go to listen to anyone, by the way. Steve Jobs, when he was alive, ask Bill Gates, ask Elon Musk. You see, I work hard. Work hard means what? Patience. I work hard. I don't sleep easily. I don't waste my time. I don't. What's this? Restrictions. Then that's why he was a successful person in the human sense. But if you want to be, this is what you need. Let's come now to the next part of this ayah, or second word of this ayah. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. قال, I will be quoting السعدي now. قال وأمر تعالى بالاستعانة بالصلاة لأن الصلاة هي عماد الدين. Allah commanded to seek refuge or to make benefit of the salah because it is the pillar of the religion. وَنُورِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It's the light of the believers. قال وهي الصلة بين العبد وربه فإذا I will read the Arabic and I will give the in English. قال هي الصلة بين العبد وربه فإذا كانت صلاة العبد صلاة كاملة مجتمعا فيها ما يلزم فيها وما يسن وحصل فيها حضور القلب الذي هو لبها فصار العبد إذا دخل فيها استشعر دخوله على ربه ووقوفه بين يديه موقف العبد الخادم المتأدب مستحضرا لكل ما يقوله وما يفعله مستغرقا بمناجاة ربه لا جرم أن هذه الصلاة من أكبر المعونة على جميع الأمور. Who understood what I have said now? Can you raise up your hand? Wow, this is done 20%. Like, I will explain in French now, inshallah. طيب. No, in English, not French. I don't speak French. I'm just talking, okay? Now I was saying, let me just pause before I explain what he said. You need to understand in Arabic the amazing, genius understanding of Islam through the Arabic language. As-salah from the word sila. Sila, literally in Arabic means connection. Okay? Now, the original lexical meaning, the literal meaning of salah is a dua. You see it? Supplication. From the meaning. Now, we have a terminology for the word salah. When we say salah, originally it means dua, which is, in English, they say the prayer or supplication. Now, we use it for a specific ritual prayer, which contains a dua. And Prophet Muhammad said, الدعاء مخ العبادة. The prayer or the supplication, it is the core of the what? The ritual worship. Now, you need to understand, when we speak about a salah, we are not speaking about superficial, movements by our organs. No.
في واحد عماله بيصير some stupid comments. You have to restart.
طب اعمل لي كده خاطر.
أنا بسجل اللي هو بريزم بضله بتسجل على الفيديو.
لا.
بريزم بتسجل الكاميرا بتسجل يس.
طيب خير إن شاء الله.
وين ساكت؟ إيش بالهواء إيش بالهواء.
شو بالهواء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. سلاحك سياسة؟ Me no English. No English.
Sorry ما شو قصدك.
كرة قدم كرة قدم.
كرة
قدم في الأولمبياد.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.
تفضل تفضل يا دكتور.
خلاص؟ خلاص. What I was saying.
ماشي.
والله I forget what I was saying.
الدعاء مخ العبادة.
Then
الصلاة.
if I talk about the presence of the heart, let's imagine the following now. The original meaning is connection. Apart from the prayer, apart from the religious, spiritual, ritual meaning, just freeze it for a while. For us, when you know about a great person, that at least you consider him great, very important, very powerful, how difficult it is to connect with him. Mainly, human beings. When someone is very powerful, very important, very great, is it easy to approach or to communicate? Or it's one of the most difficult things? Like, for example, simple example, a king or a president in a very powerful country. I'm not discussing permissive or not permissive, I'm not discussing the good and bad, I'm just discussing from your point of view, someone who is really great for you, very powerful, very important, has a great power. What is the possibility for normal people to be able to reach him and speak with him? Very rare. Out of millions, hardly, for whatever reason. But what if, when you manage to speak with him easily, what will happen to you? Really? Imagine yourself, let's imagine this, because I know, especially those who came from Arab Muslim countries, most of us, we don't have this kind of nice idea about kings and presidents or something, because mashallah, because they are very good and we are very bad, so we don't deserve them, alhamdulillah, yani. So, because, so we can't picture a good example to imagine it. So therefore, let's use our imagination. Let's imagine, alhamdulillah, let's imagine that there is really a very beloved king, very powerful, very with the top, okay? Really. Now imagine that this millions of people would love to have a minute with him. No one easily is able. Out of nowhere, you had an access through a connection to have his, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, his private cell phone. And you were told by him personally, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, whenever you want to call. What will happen to you? Seriously, please imagine it as if it's real. The most powerful king on earth, with almighty power that he's controlling and he's able to do. You have his own phone, private cell phone. And you were told whenever, just call. Just call, it's not just for you. You will not call just to amuse, hi, for you, even though you won't do it. Just the honor of, hello, hi, assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, itself. Wow, you're very happy. But what if whatever you call, whatever you ask for, he will say, Abshir. You know Abshir? Yes. The non-Arabs, you know what Abshir means? What does it mean?
Expect good.
Huh?
Expect good.
Yes. Yeah, Abshir from Bishara. Bishara means good news, glad tidings, gospel.
You got it.
Yes. Don't worry. You got it. Yes. It's a metaphorical, which means, okay, the good news, whatever you ask will be achieved. Don't worry. Okay? Abshir. Lillahi al-mathal al-a'la. What will happen to you? And it will be fulfilled. What kind of comforts, happiness, tranquility, peace of mind you will have, the fact that whenever, regardless of the reason, you just call, and when you call, what you need will be achieved. How do you think you will be happy and having this peace of mind? By the way, even though logically this king might die, pass away at any moment. True or false? Even though practically, logically, this king might be in prison by a coup, okay, against him, and he himself might lose the power. True or false? And there are many other possibilities. Right. Now, let's imagine this. I'm talking about connection now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Does Allah die? Is it possible that Allah to be sometimes, you see, the only two troublemakers are the Ghazawiyah. Look now, what we are discussing, the Ghazawiyah, look what they are doing. Yeah. Abdullah.
مش محتاجين الملك.
Troublemaker. Me no English. Me no English. Amsterdam no understand English me.
فوق السلطة.
فلات تاير دكتور.
والله انكو جدعان يا غزاوية. انتوا الوحيد اللي ما شاء الله طوط مشفر. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. So let's imagine اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. I was just troublemakers غزاوية. I forgot.
You were talking about the king.
Connection.
Say, is it possible that Allah might die? Become weak? Having no ability to access something? Weak to do something? It's impossible. This is the importance of your faith in the attributes and the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You got my point? Al-Hayy. Here comes why I need it. Because they are all related. You believe in Al-Hayy الذي لا يموت. Allah does not die. You believe in the Qawi, the most strong, who does not have any moment of weakness. Sami', all hearing. Basir, he sees everything. Okay, Qadir, He's capable of everything. You believe him. Now, when he has all these attributes, you believe in them and you know them. And free of charge, 0800 24/7, just call. You know the 0800? The free? Free. Now, to force you to taste the beauty, he made it compulsory to do it 5 times to force you to know the beauty and the need 5 times. Apart from the 5 times, it's open. That's why part of the definitions that I used to use to describe Ramadan. Ramadan, it's my definition. دورة إلهية إجبارية سنوية يتخرج منها الصائم بشهادة مكتوب عليها قد تذوقت وقد عرفت فالزم. Now, it's a compulsory Ramadan. It's a divine compulsory training course. Through it, you will be forced to taste the closeness, the obedience by force to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After that, you have witnessed, you have tasted the Taraweeh, you have heard the Quran, you controlled yourself, you felt the beauty of obedience, the spirituality. After that, if you want to fast for the sake of Allah every Monday, every Thursday, if Ayyam al-Bid, the white days, it's up to you. Because Ramadan includes the Qiyam, and includes the Taraweeh, and includes the reading the Quran. So you were forced. After that, it's an open. The same thing is the prayer. You have 5 times. 5 times you are forced, like it's compulsory to be connected. Because it's not just something logical for you just to realize how important it is. When you have the Hudur al-Qalb, the presence, Hudur al-Qalb contains and it includes that you admit that you are doing this for the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you say Allahu Akbar, it's not just you are doing some kind of sport or saying, no. With this meaning, you are connected with the Supreme Power. Look to the beauty of the Salah now. When you say Allahu Akbar, do you know this is called Takbiratul Ihram? Do you know this? Takbira is to say Allahu Akbar. Al-Ihram. Why it's called Al-Ihram? Because by saying it, everything else apart from Salah is haram. This is why Takbirat al-Ihram. Everything except what is related to the Salah is what? Haram. Moving is haram. Laughing is haram. Eating is haram. Drinking is haram. Speaking with someone is haram. Doing anything is haram. Except the full concentration on the prayer. Now, just a quick idea. Allahu Akbar. But why Allahu Akbar? Allah is the greatest. It's a training for you and me to be connected with the greatest and to remind yourself. By the way, Takbirat al-Ihram, it's compulsory to say it loudly, not to say it in your heart. It's not, your prayer is not valid if you say it. You did not say Takbirat al-Ihram. Okay, I see that in my heart. أنا من جماعة القلب الأبيض شيخ. You don't know that? You know? Right-hearted. No. You have to say Allahu Akbar. This is a declaration by yourself to yourself, a reminder to yourself by yourself that Allah is the greatest. What is the benefit? I'm reminding myself, Allahu Akbar. I finish my... No, you have to ask. This is the law. This is the test. Ask. Ask. There's the heat. Enjoy. Just press the button. I don't want. You will get nothing. Because you know the way. This is the way. This is the design of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Press. No. You will get nothing. Can He let the light be on without me pressing the button? Yes. But your test is to press it as long as you can and you know. But I don't want, you will get nothing. What's this? You need to admit and to declare and to work accordingly. So, this is possible number 1. Okay, just imagine I want to pray. Allahu Akbar. So might not be careful. Still you have a chance. Don't misuse your power. Second time. Allahu Akbar. I'm reading about the Zalimin now. I'm reciting about the end result of Zalimin. Allah is reminding me because I need to learn. So I know, so I remember. I said, Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Ya, forgive me, and I fixed whatever I was doing. It will be my repentance. So what? If not? You see, this is the importance, by the way. The prayer is for you, whether you are Zalim or Mazlum. Now, whatever the idea to be connected and the presence of the heart. This is what we need to know about prayer. This is the core point of what As-Sa'di said. Now, let's continue about the prayer. It's amazing to know the following. What is the pillars of Islam? Can anyone name them or highlight them? Pillars of Islam? Shahadatu Allah ilallah. To bear witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the messenger. And to establish the prayer. And that is zakah. You don't give the alms to pay the donations of the religious alms. What? Sawm Ramadan. What? Hajj al-Bayt. To do the pilgrimage. لمن استطاع إليه سبيلا. Now you know, shahada, it's a word that you said it, خلاص, it's like the visa, like the passport. Possibility that you might not do any one of them until you die. Except the salah. No. After, the shahadatain, it's your visa into Islam. It's your passport. All other pillars, is it possible that you don't have, you stay all of your life under the, let's say, the level of being eligible to pay the zakah or not? You are not rich, you don't have enough money, so zakah is not applicable to you. Is it possible or not? Fine. Is it possible to have some kind of health problems and you don't fast ever, never in your life? Yes. Is it possible you are prevented from going to Hajj because for political reasons, security reasons, whatever reasons? Yes. What is it? Of Islam. Even though they are pillars, you might not do 3 of them, not even once in your life, for whatever reason. Still, you are a great Muslim, no problem. Without salah, actually, Prophet Muhammad said, "Al-ahdu alladhi baynana wa baynahum as-salah, faman tarakaha faqad kafar." By the way, we have a big debate between Muslims about the one who does not pray, is he a believer or a kafir? Big debate. It's not an easy thing. I'm with the opinion that the one who does not pray out of laziness, out of ignorance, still he is a believer, okay? But he's doing one of the great sins. He has to repent and to compensate and etc. But the idea, the prayer, you know, the only time that prayer you will not be accountable for prayer when you lose your conscience. For whatever reason, car accident, illness, disease, medical surgery. Because as long, even if your body is not, for example, look to know the importance of your prayer. You have to pray while you are standing. If you have a problem, you can pray sitting. If you can't sit, lay. While you are laying, you can't move, you have to pray. The only thing you can move is just your head. Okay, move your head. You can't even move your head. Move your eyes. You can't even move your eyes. Do it in your heart. Imagine it. It's a compulsory. To imagine it in your heart. You need to have a valid wudu. You can't have wudu tayammum. You can't have tayammum, pray it without they call it faqid al-tahurain. No way to be forgiven not to pray. No way, except when you lose completely your conscience and you are not aware of what happens. Even they have disputes after you come back to your conscience. Do you have to do qada for what you have lost or not? It's amazing. It was a salah, and by the way, hadith sahih in Sahih Muslim. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال ما باله, and look at this. قال ما بال أقوام لا يحضرون الجماعة معنا يحضرن أقوام الجماعة معنا أو لآتين بيوتهم فلأحرقنها عليهم ولم يفعل. Look, this is very important hadith. He said, what happens for those people? Why some people around us, they do not pray the jama'ah with us? if they do not pray the Jama'ah with us, I would come to their houses and burn houses on their heads. But he did not do. This is called an exaggeration, using a rhetorical Arabic style of exaggeration to show you how important the prayer is, the highest level of importance. So, because we are talking استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة. Salah is not just anything. It's the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Supreme power of this universe. You need, you listen. And the final meaning that I do just to fix everyone. By the way, what I'm doing now, I'm not bringing something new. Our session now, our jalsa now, can be, let's say, covered with the title of وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is insisting to stay بالصبر والصلاة. And the final meaning before finishing, inshallah, I will give you an idea about Allahumma salli ala Muhammad next time session, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, but just a reminder, for how many years Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed on earth as a prophet? 23 years. He received the full Quran. It's about 93,000 words, about 6,300 verses, 114 chapters on a span of time of 23 years. And Jibreel alayhi salam came to him hundreds of times, and he conveyed to him hundreds and thousands of teachings. Do and don't, halal, haram, permissible, not permissible. All of the Islam that we know, with details, hundreds of thousands of details related to every single part of our life. The only teaching, the only hukum, the only thing that he himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam was uplifted by Jibreel to the seventh heaven, to a place where Jibreel himself, he apologized, he said, Ya Muhammad, I can't go more, you will go alone now. You know this? Yes, سدرة المنتهى. فرأى من آيات ربه الكبرى إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى. Even Jibreel alayhi salam, he was not allowed to reach that. You know, Jibreel Amin al-Wahi. It's amazing. At that place, that moment, which is the journey of Isra and al-Mi'raj, the ascension. Okay? The night journey, al-Isra, al-Mi'raj, the ascension to the seventh heaven. So the top place where no angel, no human being, no creature reached to that place in our faith. And that specific place, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given the commandment of prayer. Alone out of everything else in our Sharia. To give you an idea about how important, how great golden opportunity we have when we speak about prayer. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ista'inu bis-sabr was-salah, Allah is not commanding. Allah is giving us a gift. You need to know this. Let's conclude. Prayer is a gift, a golden opportunity, and not a commandment and a forcing power against your will. It's a gift for you to be connected with the supreme power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to give you whatever you need. And by the way, now how can I achieve what I need? You decide. It depends on how much you trust Allah, how much you respect Allah, how much you are ready to be with Allah and to give time for Allah. And this is the law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed the law, as I told you. In tansurullaha ينصركم ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه. When we put all of these universal laws together, Allah has designed the laws which relate to the relation between Him and us, as if He, in my simple words, as if Allah has programmed the system to tell you the following: whatever you need, the first step will be from your side. Fill the application, you will be fulfilled. If you refuse to fill the application in the proper way, while knowing how to fill it, knowing that you must fill it, it will be your problem, not Allah's problem, and not the system's problem. The best way to apply always at any time is the prayer. You just open, connect, speak, do this kind of فضفضة. كيف تترجم بالإنجليزي فضفضة؟ بالمعنى اللطيف الحلو فضفضة.
Venting.
ها؟
Venting.
Venting. V E N T. Venting. ING. You know, I mean, doing this action of venting sometimes, we need it. You need just to say, Ya Allah, I'm happy. Thank you. Ya Allah, I feel bad from so and so. Sometimes, by the way, what we do with our close friends, we need to do it with Allah, by the way. Some people say, Sheikh, come on, show what? Yes, wallahi. Wallahi, just make an analogy. If you want to feel the beauty of your relation with Allah, speak with Allah and use just two images in your mind. Either your very close friend or the very beloved one. How do we chat with them? Seriously, use this methodology. The most beloved to your heart or the closest friend to yourself. Or both, if the closest is the most beloved. Okay? Husband, wife, fiancé, beloved, whatever. Just bring to your mind how happy you feel when you sit with him or her. Seriously. Am I exaggerating? When you love someone, go back, those married people, before you get married, when you loved your, or shabab, if you're thinking about someone, still from far distance, you love someone. What is the most beautiful moment for you? When you sit with her. True or false? Or communicate with her. Or send a message to her. Or to him. Am I exaggerating? But it's true. Wallah, you feel happy just to see the world. In the old-fashioned, in our times, if you receive a message, you will keep smelling, any kind of perfume, reading this kind of, we used to call, the handwriting Kharabish al-Jaj. You know Kharabish al-Jaj? You know what does this mean? Which means a very, very, and tight handwriting. Yet he's enjoying reading, stealing the word. This is how we feel to each other when we love someone or we consider. And you would love to keep what? Chatting, speaking. Blah, 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 blah. When you speak with two people who love each other, you say, Ya عم تزهقوش. Don't you feel boring? You say, go away, Sheikh. You don't understand. The true love, what does it mean? Go, Sheikh. Yeah, you don't know. You have no experience, Sheikh. La Habibi, we have experience, but we don't know it. Wallahi, I'm just trying to bring to your attention how to make the analogy, how to enjoy the prayer. Because you enjoy that time. Sometimes you might say to your beloved or close friends, look, you guys, when you go outside, for example, just say to go to a place just to have a eat or to drink, halal drink, okay? I'm not talking about drinking any permissible liquid, okay? Because I say, Sheikh, he's telling them when you go to drink, he did not say anything. Oh. You don't know how they cut it out of context. When you go, wallahi, it could take you 5 hours speaking and laughing. When your mother calls, hey, yeah? It's really 5 hours? Wallahi, I did not feel them. I feel as if 15 minutes. Does this happen or not? But 5 hours, ya ammi. But why you are not bored? Why? Because you enjoy sitting with them, because you respect them, you love them, they are very nice. Whatever, you have many reasons, but they are close friends or beloved ones. Nokta. My point, we don't feel boring after 5 hours of sitting with them. So please review your feeling if you feel bad when you sit with Allah 5 minutes and you don't feel happy. This is the criteria. You say, Allah, why you don't have this feeling? There is something what? Wrong. You need to review or to fix. You need to have, how come? Connect a relation. Speak with Allah. Good, my point? Talk about you. With your friends, what do? You just speak about your dreams, your happiness times, your bad times, everything. Let everything be in your relation with Allah. Ya Allah, help me. Ya Allah, I'm very happy. Thank you, Ya Allah. Actually, Allah should be the closest, being in the universe to you. Everyone else should have number 2, number 3, number 4, status. Wallahu alam. This is, wallahu alam, how we should be delving into the area of prayer. And by this, inshallah, you will be able to enjoy يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا. Look, استعينوا. Make benefit. بالصبر والصلاة. I told you it's a tool. You need it. You need power? Go to prayer. You need help? Go to prayer. You need support? Go to prayer. You need istikhara? You have a problem, you don't know what to do? Go to prayer. Actually, istikhara is a prayer. Shukr is a prayer. Dua is a prayer. Sujood is part of the prayer. And by this, you will be enjoying and fulfilling this meaning. Jazakumullah khair. I finished. If there's a question, 1 or 2 questions very quickly about the topic, I will answer. Otherwise, we will finish. Jazakumullah khair. Any question? Any question? Yes?
Sometimes, especially on highways, when you get in a jam in traffic, and example, Salat al-Asr is about to end, the time of al-Asr, and the Maghrib is there, and you don't have wudu on. You said that you cannot skip Salah, you have to do Salah even with your eyes. That does apply, that you're in the car, you cannot stop over middle of the highway traffic. Can you do Salah while sitting and driving, for example? Somebody asked this question to me before.
To be honest with you, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I need to ask Allah. I have no idea. Because I'm not traveling now. I'm just stuck in the traffic jam. And maybe I don't have wudu, or even if I have wudu, I'm not traveler, so I need to ask. I have no idea. Inshallah, I will do my best if you remind me to ask someone who's more expert in this. Because very, very detailed, technical thing. I need to ask. Maybe next time I will bring you the answer, inshallah, if you remind me.
I mean, the analogy is related to, am I allowed to get into Maghrib skipping Asr? You said you cannot.
No, I mean, طبعا كلمة cannot, as long as you are able. This is a fiqh issue. I mean, it has nothing to do with my intention. It has nothing to do to my shortage. It has nothing to do with falling in shorts completely. So this is the way. Am I allowed to do this? Even if I do not do it or do it, I will do it because according to Islamic schools of thought and fiqh, this is permissible, not permissible. My point was, as long as I'm able, regardless of how to do it. That's why, for example, I can buy tayammum without water. If I can't, etc. But this is a very specific. It has to do with our daily life now. That's why I need to ask. But generally, yes, definitely, you have no right to skip it or to leave it as long as you are able. Yes. But now, in such cases, sometimes some fatawi, if you know that you might get this, one of the possibilities could be that you can do the jama' before going. For example, I'm not giving fatwa now. I'm not a mufti. Okay, I'm just giving you need to discuss with the experts in fiqh. I'm not faqih, okay? So we'll bring the answer, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Jazakumullah khair, barakallahu feekum. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.